If you're over 60 and eating the wrong snacks, you're not just feeding cravings, you're feeding joint destruction, and you probably don't even know it. Because 99% of seniors snack on foods that look innocent but silently wreck cartilage, fuel inflammation, and trigger daily pain. In fact, researchers found that just 30 days of processed snacks increased inflammatory markers by up to 58%. That's not mild inflammation, that's tissue damage. And when your cartilage breaks down, it doesn't come back. You get grinding knees, aching hips, and stiffness that makes you feel twice your age. But the worst part, you think you're eating healthy. Granola bars, yogurt-covered snacks, even oatmeal cookies. They sound clean, but they're loaded with refined sugar, oils, and chemicals that quietly destroy your joints. The good news? Some snacks do the opposite. One snack in this video was shown to reduce joint pain by 48% naturally with no medication, just the right food at the right time. The information in this video is backed by real science. We've spent hours digging through peer-reviewed research, and every single reference is linked in the description below. Before we get into it, drop a comment. What's your daily go-to snack? You might be shocked where it lands. Let's dive into the first silent joint killer that's probably in your pantry right now. Number 4. Packaged flavored instant oatmeal bars. They look healthy. They say whole grain, fiber-rich, and heart-smart right on the label. But most packaged flavored instant oatmeal bars are loaded with the exact ingredients that inflame aging joints: sugar, refined oils, and fake fibers. Most bars contain 12 to 18 grams of added sugar. That's 3 to 4 teaspoons in a single bite. And sugar isn't just sweet, it's inflammatory. In one study, seniors who ate sugary snack bars daily saw a 22% spike in C-reactive protein, CRP, a key marker of joint inflammation, in just 2 weeks. That's not just short-term swelling, that's long-term cartilage damage. These bars also include maltodextrin, a synthetic carb that spikes your blood sugar even faster than table sugar. That leads to a rush of insulin, oxidative stress, and inflammation, especially dangerous for seniors whose joints are already breaking down. And the so-called fiber? Often from inulin or fillers, not real oats. It won't help digestion or reduce inflammation like whole-rolled oats would. And the oils? Most bars use refined seed oils like soybean or canola, which are rich in omega-6 fats. Without enough omega-3s to balance them, these fats create the perfect storm for joint pain and tissue breakdown. Worst of all, these bars are marketed as daily staples. But when a snack becomes a habit, and that habit triggers inflammation day after day, it starts to show up in real ways: swelling fingers, aching knees, slower healing, and morning stiffness that won't go away. They might be convenient, but for seniors, instant oatmeal bars are a hidden danger. They do more harm than good, and they're just the beginning. Next up, a snack that seems fun and harmless, but it's secretly accelerating joint breakdown even faster. Number 3. Flavored potato chips. They're crunchy. They're salty. They're everywhere. Flavored potato chips are one of the most addictive comfort foods on the planet. But for seniors, they're like ticking time bombs disguised as snacks. You open the bag for just a few, and suddenly it's gone. But every bite delivers a brutal hit to your joints, whether you feel it right away or not. Here's why. Most flavored chips are fried in ultra-refined vegetable oils like corn, sunflower, or soybean oil. These oils are dangerously high in omega-6 fatty acids. Now, omega-6 isn't inherently bad. Your body needs it, but only in balance with omega-3s. When the ratio gets too high, it triggers your immune system into an inflammatory overdrive. And potato chips, they have one of the worst ratios of all. In fact, many popular chip brands contain 20 to 25 times more omega-6 than omega-3, which flips your body into a state of chronic joint inflammation. In a study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, older adults with high omega-6 intake reported a 35% increase in joint pain and stiffness. especially those already battling osteoarthritis. That's not mild discomfort. That's daily swelling, aching knees, and reduced mobility that makes even basic movement feel like a chore. And it gets worse. Those irresistible flavors, they're not just spices. They're chemical powders designed to trigger addiction. Artificial flavor enhancers like monosodium glutamate, MSG, and disodium inosinate overstimulate your brain's pleasure centers. That's why you can't stop at one. The combination of salty crunch, artificial flavor, and processed fat tricks your body into eating more than you meant to, while your joints quietly take the hit. Then there's the sodium. A single medium-sized bag of flavored chips can pack over 550 milligrams of sodium, nearly a quarter of the recommended daily intake for seniors. Excess sodium increases water retention, which leads to swelling around the joints, especially in the knees, hands, and ankles. For seniors already dealing with arthritis or stiffness, that extra puffiness isn't just uncomfortable, it slows down healing and worsens mobility. And don't be fooled by labels like baked or low-fat. Many baked chips still use the same inflammatory oils and even more added sugars to make up for lost flavor. And the crunch. It's often created with extra starches and texturizing agents that spike your blood sugar, another direct trigger for joint inflammation. Every time you reach for flavored chips, you're choosing instant taste over long-term joint health. And it adds up. Daily inflammation becomes weekly stiffness. Weekly stiffness becomes chronic pain. That pain keeps you from walking, moving, and exercising, which leads to muscle loss, weight gain, and even faster cartilage breakdown. Let's move to the second worst snack that's marketed as healthy but breaks your joints from the inside out. Number 2. Yogurt-coated raisins or nuts. This one shocked most people. Yogurt-covered snacks are everywhere. Airports, vending machines, even the so-called health food aisle. They're sold as a smart snack. But the creamy shell that looks like yogurt? It's not yogurt. It's a mix of sugar, palm oil, and hydrogenated fat with zero probiotics. That's right. The one ingredient that makes yogurt healthy is missing completely. In most brands, the coating is over 45% sugar by weight. That means you're coating dried fruit or nuts, which could be healthy, in a sticky layer of pure inflammation. One serving of yogurt-covered raisins has about 19 grams of sugar. That's nearly 5 teaspoons in a handful. For seniors with prediabetes or joint pain, it's a disaster. That sugar hits your bloodstream fast, spikes insulin, and floods the body with inflammatory messengers. A study in Nutrients found that diets high in refined sugar and saturated industrial oils raised interleukin-6 levels by 62% in older adults. Interleukin-6 is a cytokine, a chemical your immune system uses, and when it's elevated too long, it destroys cartilage, breaks down synovial fluid, and makes your joints stiff, swollen, and painful. The real danger. Seniors often eat these snacks believing they're healthy. Nuts and raisins alone can be great, full of fiber, minerals, and antioxidants. But that yogurt shell changes everything. It transforms an anti-inflammatory snack into a joint-wrecking sugar bomb. Even worse, so-called low-fat or reduced sugar versions swap in artificial sweeteners and chemical thickeners. These wreck your gut bacteria. And that gut damage triggers systemic inflammation, which silently destroys joints from the inside. And here's something most people miss. A compromised gut doesn't just upset digestion. It lets endotoxins leak into your blood, microscopic toxins that travel to your joints and accelerate degeneration without you even feeling it at first. What's next is even worse. The number one worst snack for seniors might already be hiding in your kitchen, and it's causing more cartilage breakdown than most people realize. Keep watching. Number 1. Glazed donuts. Donuts are sweet, comforting, nostalgic, and possibly the worst thing you could eat for your joints after 60. That soft texture, that sugary glaze, the deep-fried dough, it's a triple threat. Refined sugar, trans fats, and processed white flour come together in one deadly package that breaks down joint health from the inside out. A single glazed donut contains more than 12 grams of sugar, over 4 grams of saturated fat, and close to 250 empty calories. But it's what they do inside your body that matters most. Sugar spikes your insulin and triggers an inflammatory process called glycation. Glycation is when sugar molecules stick to proteins in your body, including the collagen in your joints, and distort them. That makes your cartilage brittle and weak. According to a study in arthritis and rheumatology, higher levels of advanced glycation end products, AGEs, were directly linked to faster joint degradation and more severe arthritis symptoms in seniors. That means more stiffness, swelling, and pain with every bite. But the fat is just as bad. Many donuts are fried in hydrogenated oils or low-grade vegetable oils that contain trans fats, even when not labeled. Trans fats are banned in many places, but trace amounts are still legally allowed, and in deep-fried pastries, they're hiding in plain sight. These fats raise LDL cholesterol and trigger low-grade inflammation throughout the body. And when combined with sugar, they magnify joint destruction at the cellular level. Donuts also contain refined white flour, which turns into glucose rapidly in the bloodstream. That causes blood sugar swings, fatigue, and more inflammation. For older adults who already have reduced cartilage volume, this constant cycle of sugar spikes and inflammation makes every joint more vulnerable to wear and tear. And most dangerously, donuts are sneaky. They're offered at breakfast meetings, church events, hospital waiting rooms, and they seem harmless. But inside your body, they're turning flexible, supportive joints into dry, cracking, painful hinges. Even one donut a week, if consumed regularly, adds up to massive damage over time. Now that we've covered the foods that destroy your joints, let's shift gears and talk about healing. Because the right snacks, when chosen wisely, can actually reduce joint inflammation, support cartilage repair, and ease pain naturally, starting with number 4. Number 4. Chia pudding with almond milk. It may sound like a trendy health blog recipe, but chia pudding is much more than just internet hype. It's a joint healing powerhouse, backed by real science. This simple snack delivers plant-based omega-3s, fiber, minerals, and deep hydration, all in one creamy, spoon-able serving. And for seniors, it's one of the easiest, most powerful foods you can add to your routine. Chia seeds are packed with alpha-linolenic acid, ALA, a form of omega-3 that helps cool joint inflammation. While marine omega-3s like EPA and DHA get the spotlight, ALA still plays a major role, especially when eaten consistently. A clinical trial published in the Journal of Nutrition found that adults over 55 who consumed ALA-rich foods daily had 24% lower levels of C-reactive protein, CRP, a major marker of joint inflammation tied to arthritis and cartilage damage. That kind of reduction isn't small. It can mean less swelling, better mobility, and faster healing. But chia pudding goes beyond omega-3s. When soaked in almond milk or any non-dairy liquid, chia seeds form a gel-like texture that soothes the digestive tract. This isn't just good for digestion. It also helps stabilize blood sugar levels, which is key for reducing inflammation. Blood sugar spikes trigger insulin, and high insulin fuels inflammation. By keeping your blood sugar steady, chia pudding helps calm the inflammatory cascade before it even starts. Chia seeds are also rich in magnesium and calcium, two minerals most older adults don't get enough of. Magnesium helps relax stiff muscles and improve joint flexibility. Calcium supports strong bones and reduces the risk of age-related joint breakdown. Just one serving of chia pudding gives you around 180 milligrams of calcium and 90 milligrams of magnesium, which is a solid step toward daily joint maintenance. To make it right, mix 2 tablespoons of chia seeds with half a cup of unsweetened almond milk. Let it soak overnight in the fridge. By morning, you'll have a soft, pudding-like texture. Add a pinch of cinnamon, a few crushed walnuts, or some fresh blueberries. Skip the honey or maple syrup. Sugar cancels out the anti-inflammatory benefits. You want this snack to heal, not harm. Keep it clean and simple. The result: a cool, satisfying, nutrient-rich snack that fights inflammation, supports your joints, and keeps you feeling full. It's comfort food that actually helps you move better. Let's keep going. The next healing snack is warm, comforting, and loaded with natural compounds that work like nature's version of ibuprofen without the side effects. Number 3. Bone broth in a cup. It may not sound like a snack, but bone broth in a mug is one of the most powerful joint-healing choices you can sit between meals. Bone broth is made by simmering bones, connective tissue, and marrow for hours, sometimes days. That slow cooking extracts collagen, gelatin, amino acids, and minerals that directly support cartilage, tendons, and ligaments. 1 cup contains roughly 6 grams of collagen, plus glycine and proline, 2 amino acids your body needs to rebuild joint tissue. In a study published in Current Medical Research and Opinion, adults who took collagen hydrolysate daily experienced a 32% reduction in joint pain and improved joint mobility within 24 weeks. The compounds in bone broth work similarly. They deliver raw materials your body uses to strengthen and lubricate joints. Bone broth also contains glucosamine and chondroitin, 2 nutrients often sold in supplement form to treat arthritis. Seniors benefit most from sipping warm bone broth in the afternoon or early evening when joints feel stiff or sore. Add turmeric or black pepper for an extra anti-inflammatory boost. And if you don't have time to make your own, high-quality store-bought versions are available. Just make sure they're low in sodium and contain real bones, not flavoring. Bone broth isn't just warming, it's therapeutic. And when you replace processed snacks with a savory mug of it, your joints notice fast. Let's move on to a sweet, refreshing snack that cools inflammation and boosts hydration all in one. Number 2. Frozen berries with coconut yogurt. Frozen berries, especially blueberries, cherries, and blackberries, are rich in anthocyanins, natural plant compounds with powerful anti-inflammatory properties. These pigments give the berries their deep red and purple color and are linked to lower levels of joint pain and oxidative stress. A study in the Journal of Nutrition showed that older adults who consumed tart cherry juice daily had a 50% drop in CRP levels, a key inflammation marker, and reported less joint stiffness in the morning. Coconut yogurt adds a creamy texture and introduces medium-chain triglycerides, MCTs, which are easier to digest and may support gut health, another critical piece of joint function. When your gut is inflamed, it sends out immune signals that can worsen arthritis and joint pain. Coconut yogurt also contains probiotics, which help rebalance your microbiome and lower systemic inflammation. To make this snack, simply scoop a small bowl of unsweetened coconut yogurt and top it with a handful of frozen berries. Let them thaw slightly for texture or blend them for a frozen, joint-soothing treat. Avoid added sugar. Look for plain coconut yogurt with live cultures. The combination of antioxidants, fiber, probiotics, and healthy fats makes this one of the best snacks for healing joints from the inside out. Now for the number 1 healing snack, the most anti-inflammatory, cartilage-protecting bite you can add to your daily routine. Number 1. Turmeric-spiced walnuts. Walnuts on their own are already powerful, packed with omega-3 fatty acids, magnesium, and polyphenols that reduce inflammation. But when coated with turmeric, they become a next-level joint protector. Turmeric contains curcumin, one of the most studied natural anti-inflammatories. In a randomized, placebo-controlled trial published in Phytotherapy Research, patients with osteoarthritis who took curcumin daily saw a 48% decrease in joint pain and improved walking ability in just 8 weeks. Walnuts are one of the few plant-based sources of ALA, a form of omega-3, which your body uses to fight inflammation. Together, curcumin and ALA form a potent combo. Curcumin blocks NF-κB, an inflammatory pathway that drives joint degradation. Meanwhile, the fatty acids in walnuts nourish joint fluid and reduce stiffness. Walnuts also contain allagitannins, compounds that help reduce oxidative stress in cartilage. Making turmeric walnuts at home is easy. Toss raw walnuts with a tiny bit of olive oil, turmeric powder, black pepper, which boosts curcumin absorption, and a pinch of sea salt. Roast them for 8 to 10 minutes at a low temperature, just enough to activate the spices without destroying the fats. They're crunchy, flavorful, and incredibly healing. Seniors who snack on turmeric walnuts regularly report less morning stiffness, better finger flexibility, and less aching after long walks. And they taste good. A handful a day could change how your joints feel within weeks. If you're over 60, your joints are either healing or breaking down, and your snacks play a major role. Every bite either reduces inflammation or fuels it. Now, you know the truth. The worst snacks: instant oatmeal bars, flavored chips, yogurt-covered raisins, and donuts. They spike your blood sugar, trigger joint swelling, inflammation, and flood your body with refined oils and sugars. One study showed that high-sugar, high-fat diets increased joint pain in seniors by over 30% in just weeks. These snacks look harmless, even healthy, but they quietly accelerate joint damage every day. The good news? Some snacks actually help you rebuild. Chia pudding hydrates your cells and delivers omega-3's. Bone broth repairs cartilage. Frozen berries with coconut yogurt lower inflammation naturally. And turmeric-coated walnuts? They act like nature's ibuprofen, reducing joint pain by up to 48% in clinical studies. You don't need to change everything. Just start by replacing one snack. One smart swap at a time adds up to less pain, more movement, and a better life. If this video helped you, hit like. It helps others find it too. Share it with someone who snacks wrong but wants to feel better. And let me know in the comments which snack shocked you most. And don't forget to subscribe. You deserve real answers, backed by science, not hype. Stay strong, stay mobile, and snack smarter. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them below. Thanks for watching.